I think we might just dive in and start. We have three excellent nonprofits that have been nominated and provided to us. So thank you to everyone who emailed in their favorites. We have three brand new organizations we'll be doing a quick presentation of today. We really can't go wrong. I feel excellent about each of these organizations, and I look forwards to seeing which one is the favorite of the group. So firstly, we're starting with an organization called Responsibility in Fashion. And I will include their link to this video when it's posted as well. Their mission statement is inspiring innovation and bringing together sustainable, conscious, ethical, circular, and eco-fashion organizations and government programs. So their goal is really to energize and bring innovation to the growing movement towards clean, safe, and ethical fashion. They support open sharing and access to essential sustainability information for designers, brands, manufacturers worldwide. And this helps us get closer to a cleaner, more safer, and more ethical global fashion industry. Their leadership team is comprised of innovative thought leaders from all around the world, all kinds of organizations like the United Nations, the Danish Fashion Institute. So they're very well represented, and have lots of different voices, kind of, keeping them aligned with global ambitions. They are very focused on the consumer. And I love this because in our previous presentation from Tessa at Remake, it seemed like maybe the only way that we can possibly get true change is by changing consumer buying habits. That's what it always comes down to, is what is the consumer going to do? And they're very focused on the consumer. They tell the consumer right on their homepage to shop responsibly. And they know the consumer is the one who's basically in charge of making any real changes. So they direct consumers to vetted sustainable brands to shop from. They encourage consumers to be more conscious about the fabric choices and offer options like organic cotton, bamboo, hemp, wool, and linen, and tell consumers to be very cautious of avoiding the most damaging things such as conventional leather or dry cleaning. They're very straight up with the facts. One of the quotes I loved that was provided was, behind fashion, style, glamour, and creativity, there's a global industrial catastrophe of pollution, toxic chemical dumping, worker exploitation, pesticide poisoning, human trafficking, and child labor. And they really focus on what they call the dirty three, which is, again, I like because there's a million elements to sustainability in fashion, but they really narrow it down to three areas of focus, and how the consumer in particular plays a role in these. So the first one that they focus on is conventional cotton. They provide that global cotton production introduces more than 38 million tons of pesticides and herbicides a year, while over 1 billion tons of fabric waste is created each year. 100% of these highly toxic pesticides remain in our ecosystem, in our groundwater, soil, rivers, oceans, and in the fibers of the clothes we bring home. The second of the dirty three they identify is conventional leather. The leather tanning industry is flooding our global ecosystem with heavy metal industrial runoff. Every day, almost 200 tanneries in Bangladesh release over 7 million liters of chromium wastewater into the Indian Ocean. The routine dumping of these chemicals by tanning factories has created an environmental crisis which now impacts all global marine ecosystems. Nearly 2/3 of the underground water in China, for example, has been determined to be unfit for human contact. And then the third of their dirty three is conventional dry cleaning. Most of the hazardous chemical use in dry cleaning ends up in our ecosystem and in fibers of the clothes we bring home. Long-term exposure to these chemicals can damage the central nervous system, liver, and kidneys, causing respiratory failure, memory loss, confusion, and damage developing fetuses. So scientists are now sharing that millions of people are seriously poisoned by their clothing every year. And this organization really helps the consumer to help ourselves make better choices, and cut to the root of the worst, most damaging aspects of the current industry so we can turn it around. So that is Responsibility in Fashion, an excellent organization. And from my perspective, I just love that they're focused on the consumer in order to make changes. The second nomination that came in is called Cradle to Cradle Products Innovation Institute. And this is an excellent alternative because their message is focused on suppliers. They've identified that companies who design and make the products today have a direct impact on the world that we will inhabit tomorrow. As piles of wasted clothing are growing every day, and less than 1% of current textile production is circular, there is unprecedented urgency to change sourcing models, design strategies, and production systems in the fashion, apparel, textile, and footwear sections. Their vision is a world where safe materials and products are designed and manufactured in a prosperous, circular economy to maximize health and the well-being for our people and planet. In order to power this transformation, they're partnering strategically with leaders across the world, including businesses, retailers, governments, NGOs, industry associations, academia, and other stakeholder groups, ensuring the apparel and beauty products we make today are truly made for tomorrow. They accomplish this by advancing the way products are designed and made, addressing systemic challenges to responsible production and consumption. They are leading stakeholders to create innovative products and materials, and they do this by offering a certification program as well as hosting global conferences. Their certification program, called Cradle to Cradle Certified, is what's truly powering the shift in our economy. And again, it focuses on suppliers and how things are made. They are setting new global standards for materials, products, and systems that positively impact our environment. They share innovative materials and optimized production methods directly with manufacturers. And these are according to the most advanced science-based measures available. So bringing the forefront of research directly to the brands and suppliers, manufacturers themselves. And there's kind of 5 pillars of their certification program. The first is material health, ensuring materials are safe for humans and the environment. The second is product circularity, ensuring that enabling a circular economy in product and process design. And hi, Francine, welcome. You're on mute, but I just wanted to say hello really quickly. You're on.
Oh, I was on mute, but thank you so much for the invite.
No problem. It's nice to meet you. I'm just going through our 3 nomination options just to catch you up.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. The one we're on right now, the first one was Responsibility in Fashion, and I'll post this video so you can see all the information. They are an organization that's focused on helping consumers make better decisions with their buying power. And the second we're discussing right now is called Cradle to Cradle Products Innovation Institute. And they are focused on helping suppliers produce and innovate new products with better materials and better production methods. So one of the main ways they do that is through a certification program that focuses on what I'm reading right now, which is material health, product circularity, clean air and climate protection, generating clean energy and protecting the environment, water and soil stewardship, so they're safeguarding our water, air, and soil resources, and social fairness, which embraces fair and equitable labor practices to advance human rights and our community around the world. So all the companies in their certification program are really like at the forefront of driving sustainable innovation and through these pillars and helping to make the world's fashion manufacturers just more science-based, sustainable, and kind of leading the way based on
Excuse me.
research. No problem.
Thanks.
No problem. And so the second thing they do is they host events and conferences. So the two events and conferences that they host, one's called Circular Shift, where 100 of the globe's top sustainability leaders come together and basically talk about different ways to improve sustainability in fashion and textiles. The second conference they host is called the USA Sustainable Apparel and Textiles Conference, really bringing ambition in the industry to action, helping brands transform their supply chains, raise standards, and accelerate the global transition to a circular economy. So just in summary, through these initiatives, they are directly equipping businesses, governments, and stakeholders with the technical solutions and knowledge they need to innovate the ways that products today are designed and made, considering all future consequences down the line. So I'll just open it up quickly to questions if anyone had questions about cradle to cradle products. Perfect. And the last of our three nominations for this quarter is called Fabric Incubator or Fabric Tempe. And once again, I'll share all of the links when the video is posted as well. So Fabric Incubator is not just a global research organization, but they are very based on helping local brands right here in the US, small, medium-sized businesses, to create scalable organizations from scratch. Give me, sorry, 1 second. So it was created by experienced apparel entrepreneurs who wanted to make manufacturing and owning a brand more accessible, less challenging, and more sustainable to others. They do this by providing no minimum manufacturing to small brand owners, helping them with everything from branding, product development, small batch manufacturing, as well as marketing. One of their specialties is in product development by enabling e-commerce brands, again, of any size, to test the market before investing in larger production runs, selling personalized, customized, unique garments in a small batch on-demand model, which is not always available to small brands traditionally. Allowing brands to print one item at a time, for example, rather than huge minimums, it reduces excess inventory and encourages more sustainable, responsible, and efficient production. When small brands are provided the means to manufacture only what they can sell, it also keeps inventory from taking up space in landfills. And they also donate all their cutting floor scraps to local designers to be repurposed or recycled. So they're really taking a grassroots approach to help our local brands here in the US access better technologies and better methodologies for sustainable production from day one, even if they don't, have well-developed markets at this point. Their incubator program provides one-on-one lessons, consultations, group classes, video tutorials, camps, and other certifications to teach better production management, sourcing, costing, quality control, and other skills necessary to manufacture on demand or in small batches. Right now, they are helping entrepreneurs create sustainable manufacturing processes with better tech-based printing and cutting, using state-of-the-art tools for digital product creation that both eliminates waste and enables these brands to go from concept to prototype efficiently and sustainably. This type of top-of-the-line technology is not generally available to smaller brands, only to Fortune 500 companies. So they're really leveling the playing field and making it possible for any size company to utilize leading edge design and production technologies, even for small batch runs. And this could really revolutionize the way fashion is made by small brands. And they are based in Arizona currently, but I can see this moving across the country because one of their focuses is really reshoring apparel manufacturing back to the US, where there are better regulations and laws surrounding sustainability and environmental issues. So if we can reshore this production to better regulated brands, it will be more sustainably produced than, say, in a sweatshop that is unregulated. So overall, their mission is to provide apparel entrepreneurs with the training, guidance, and innovative industry resources needed to access no minimum and on-demand manufacturing to help build more sustainable fashion businesses domestically. So that's a lot of information, but there's a lot of amazing things going on in the industry at various levels. And that was Fabric Incubator. So does anyone have any questions regarding Fabric Incubator or any of the organizations discussed? Well, if that's the case, then we...
Hello. Yes. It's Francine. Thank you so much for the information thus far. Has this manufacturing achievement of sustainable or recycled or pure manufacturing been achieved in small quantities? I think it's the small quantities that I take note of because I don't know where this is achievable at prices that are competitive.
I don't know if it's possible for you to lower your cameras so I can see.
Oh, good.
I can hear you. Okay, that's better. Nice smiling.
I'm adorable, right? So I
You are. You are. So maybe clarify your question. If this is just available, just help me understand.
Well, you're talking about, I don't know if you have a magic wand or some great secret that I haven't learned in my 83 years, but I'd be very curious about it. You're talking about small quantities, sustainable materials, pure manufacturing, and how do you achieve the small quantities and competitive prices with all those wonderful features?
Okay, so with regards to the Fabric Incubator, particularly, I think one of the things they do is they have a roadmap that they help small brands to digitally prepare campaigns, to avoid mistakes, and they allow you to make one piece at a time. So you don't have to go and make a production run of 500 pieces that maybe won't be perfect or maybe won't sell, generating a lot of waste. So they help you move through the stages very efficiently. And the technologies that they make available to small brands who are making one piece at a time, such as digital planning, custom printing, all of those things that are usually only available to large organizations, they're offering this to any brand to utilize to minimize waste all the way through the process, digitize things, plan better, and really start a brand from scratch more efficiently with a sustainable mindset all the way along. Does that kind of address your question with regards to this organization?
Well, the only way I would be able to judge the viability of this working is to take a product that we're making now in high volume, that's a sustainable product, and see what we could do if it's doable in a low volume for opportunities that are smaller in sustainable materials. I'll give you an example. We work with the Red Cross and the Girl Scouts of America, and they love sustainable materials. But I have not found the source that would enable us to do some small quantities in sustainable materials and ship them from the United States. They're looking for that. if that's a possibility, then we have a wonderful opportunity. But if it's just if it's expensive, no. Because these are volume markets and little girls or people in trouble. We would need to do a comparison.
Right.
And that's quite possible. I mean, it's out there.
I know they've helped, I think, over 800 brands. So with regards to your specific question, you know, it might be worth, and they're a nonprofit, obviously. So I'm sure that they're pricing everything as competitively as possible. I think their model is to provide a membership. And if you're a member, then you can access all of the various resources that help, you know, small manufacturers be more sustainable and be more efficient with their production runs. So for example, you could send them your request, get feedback on the sustainability of the materials you want to use or are using, and they would allow you the opportunity to manufacture in small batches as small as one, you know, in order for you to get feedback or go to market with less inventory. You know, I think that's really what the focus on is like the major issues that most brands have starting out, you know, are a million, but using their experience, they help to streamline that process, reduce wasted time, reduce wasted materials, and make sure that you're using, you know, the highest quality or most sustainable materials and processes along the way. And I think digitization of the planning process, those design tools help small brands to do that. We usually would have no experience or access to those tools.
And where is this manufactured now and the materials produced? What location?
They are based in Arizona.
Arizona, I think you said that, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe we could be put in contact and we'll see what the viability is. Okay.
Absolutely. I'll share all of the information. I can send you a separate email as well.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Thank you.
No problem. So that's really the end of the nominations presentation. I will make all the voting poll go live on our portal later today, and we'll have 1 week to vote on a winner. The most votes wins. So, Francine, it was very nice to meet you today, and
Thank you. Me too.
feel free to reach out if you have any more questions moving forwards. And yeah, we'll look forward to seeing which one the group picks.
Okay, and I look forward to getting some more information from you and see if it works for all of us together. Okay,
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.